joined by somebody who definitely knew the answer to that. Jay McGuinness of The Wanted and Strictly and stage and screen and everything. It's lovely to see you.
You too. Thank you for having me.
And the key thing that I didn't put into your little introduction there is that Jay writes, and he has a new book out. It's called Poison Tides. It's the latest in your dystopian young adult series. So give me the elevator pitch.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not an autobiography. It is a if you like Dungeons and Dragons, proper high fantasy questing. Strap your sword onto your back. It's a young boy called Bear. He goes out into the world. He finds out he's got magical powers. Meets a cast of unusual characters, and they all become pals and try and fight the bad guys.
And Bear was in book one.
That's right.
And where did we leave Bear at the end of book one, or is that dangerous to
Oh no, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
At the end of Bloodflowers, he has to abandon his hometown.
There it is, yeah.
He piles into a little black canal boat with 3 witches, who he's not sure if he can trust or not. And now he quests out into the wider world and sees what the rest of the world has in store.
It's so amazing. This is where publishing is desperate for these stories. I think it's something about young adults want escapism, and it's almost gothic fantasy. Could we say that?
Yeah.
As you say, swords, knights, action, horses. What were you reading when you were 12?
12 Biggles.
Yeah, you see, that's the change.
Great hero of mine.
No one is, with respect to Biggles, there's obviously an World War II pilot.
That's right.
Things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah.
How did you find your first book went down?
Oh, I mean, I loved it. No, talking to readers about it is something that has done amazing things for my ego. I don't know if it's good or bad, but having people come up to me and say stuff like, Felix is my favourite character, and if you kill him, I'll kill you. Oh my, it's the best compliment. I honestly walked out of that signing and I was so happy, and I thought, well, I created this person, you know, and they care about a little kid with pointy ears that's got a bit of spunk to him, you know. Like, really feels good. My brain is like electrified by that.
And is there any key classic that you think, I would like to be that? I'd like to be as good as that.
Well, I read this. My dad's favourite books were all David and Lee Eddings, like high fantasy, which are like Pawn of Prophecy, Castle of Wizardry, and that's the sort of world that similar world that I would say mine is in. But I also loved, because high fantasy can get a little bit stuffy, I also love anything Terry Pratchett, because he sort of flips the genre and makes fun of it. Yeah. All of that is just so fun. So
I was in we were talking about a book launch I was at last night, and I was in Daunt's Books on Marylebone, which is the most beautiful old wooden sort of panelled bookshop. And I clocked this author. Is it Sarah J. Maas?
Okay.
And she's, again, it's real fantasy for young teenagers. She's massive as well. It's such a big area. But it seems like you haven't come to it thinking, I want to write the kind of book that sells. You've written this because you love this genre.
Yeah, I've been fantasy, like a lot of us are, from a young age. You go, that is me through and through.
I'm not. Are you that?
Oh, definitely.
Are you?
Yeah, and what I wanted to say was actually what I realised when reading about your second book was that, did you realise that you were going to excite so many young boys into coming into this world? We know how much young boys, Jeremy, struggle with reading. And here you are. Did you realise that, oh, OK, in writing this book, actually what I'm doing is I'm helping young boys to read?
Well, it's not something that you think about when you start writing. It was purely selfish. Like, I knew I wanted to write and I knew I had ideas. But some of the people that have come to signings, some of them have been school teachers, which then I sort of sit up straight and go, oh, it's official now. Yeah. But they've said that boys have reacted really well, because a lot of my themes are ones that I liked when I was a kid, which is, you know, good versus evil and small people overcoming the big baddies. And young adult fantasy fiction has just exploded for girls in recent years, and that's amazing that girls, they're getting romantasy, they're getting, you know, like secret looks with an elf boy alongside all the questing stuff. But it is nice. I don't know what it is that makes me sort of think...
Well, it keeps children off screens, doesn't it?
Well, that's it.
That's the best thing. Yeah. Going back to picking up a book with paper and reading it. Wasn't The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings the start of all this?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they are the blueprint. Was that the start?
That's interesting. I wonder which one started. I was thinking it might be C.S. Lewis and Narnia.
Yeah, I read all those too.
I read those. So speaking of screens, the only screen moment here, you'll love this, is that Jay does his own illustrations on an iPad. So I love a book with a map at the start, you know?
Yeah.
Agatha Christie had maps.
The middle world and all that kind of stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were an artist. Look at that.
I mean, look at that sort of big sausage finger thumbing a tree out.
You need a little Apple Pencil.
You know
my
what?
friend.
I put that video out last week, and someone said, you know, there are tools that will help you
There
do
are.
this better. Yeah. But yeah, I loved maps as a kid, flicking back and making sure you had the right directions where people were.
Yeah.
Man, it's just been like, my brain is actually so happy right now.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Well, we met on Strictly, and you won it, of course. Was I second or no? I won.
Can I grasp at one of your producers?
Oh yeah, please.
They were speaking to me about this. They said, you were the same year, weren't you? And I went, yeah, we were. And then they said, you were slightly better.
Well, I had this experience with Jay where I was on the balcony in the rehearsal. The rehearsal day goes on forever, talking to Helen George, who called the midwife. And I was just watching this rehearsal going on. It was you and Aliona. And we'll see the actual dance here, but I realised this dance was incredible. And I said, what they're doing here is unbelievable. And Helen and I started watching from the balcony. When you then performed it, you got all 10s or whatever. And it's now been voted the greatest dance in the history of Strictly.
Oh, wow.
And it is a remarkable, I mean, you're a dancer, you're amazing, but look at that move! Yeah. And I said to Karen, my own dance partner, right, we want to take all of Jay's moves and I'm doing them next week. She said, that would not be safe. Oh, great, now they've got me on board.
There you go, the plastic horse.
Oh, I was out with Karen last week. That's so nice, I love it. Oh my goodness, oh thank goodness that wasn't suing my dog.
But isn't it funny, like, that plastic horse is infamous, but it's funny how everyone, I mean, not everyone, but you get those magic moments that people talk about, and your horse was definitely one of them.
Well, what was funny, when I got on the horse, I had a cowboy hat, and I had to throw it like that, and I threw it, and it landed on the head of someone in the audience. I just always remember that person sitting there thinking, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, was that your John Travolta moment? Because
That's right.
after Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta never danced again.
Oh, really?
So I wondered
that
whether
right?
it was the same for you.
Oh, no, he's been on stage a lot.
Yeah, that sort of thing, but never that level. I think once you've done Strictly, you never are in the world and so acutely obsessive, like I'm sure you were too, getting your dance right.
Oh yeah, I'm practicing. As soon as the fridge door opens, the light comes on. I'm doing a salsa. I must ask you about Wanted 2.0.
Yes.
And always with the Wanted now, we have the pain of remembering Tom who died. But the other two, there's 5 and it's down to 4. 2 of you have gone into Wanted 2.0. You haven't.
Yeah.
And nor has Nathan, I think.
That's right, yeah.
And was that a falling out or just the decision?
No, so the Wanted 2.0 is actually set up so it could be any iteration of us guys.
Yeah.
So right now, Max and Siva are just ready to get out there, sing the songs, get in front of some fans, enjoy some summer music festivals, and they get a lot of joy from that. And me and Nathan could hop in at any time.
Okay.
If we ever were to do anything as a 4, which is probably not on the cards anytime soon, that we'd have to sort of restructure. But it was just so that we can get out there and do some live stuff if we choose.
Because you could combine that with a book signing, maybe.
God, you're good at this. I think me and Nathan just aren't quite ready yet. I'm a bit emotional. I'll get up there and hear some of the songs and I'll be blubbing. And people want to go and enjoy the music, and I understand that. And
He's very emotional, very in touch with your feminine side.
I am.
Thought that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jeremy, it's not a feminine side. It's just his side.
Human.
Look at that.
Human.
It's his side.
Corrected.
Come on.
So the book is called Poison Tides, on sale now. Well done, Jake. Can I say well done? That's not patronising.
Yeah, no, I'll take that.
I'm really proud to know you. I think you're an amazing creative soul. So stay with us. We take a look at more stories in the papers. BBC News website has this thing where Amazon are removing AI biographies. Mike just touched on this earlier, of SNP politicians. So you can see, there's the story. John Swinney, Nicola Sturgeon. We can show you the covers of these fake biographies of Nicola Sturgeon and Humza Yousaf. So have a look at these. And obviously, you go online, you think, oh, God, they're awful, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I got done. So I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I interviewed Jeremy Renner, who I really love, the film star, who's Jason Bourne and Marvel.
Oh, right, yeah.
He fell off a snowplow. It went over him. He nearly died. Yeah. He's almost recovered. He's written an incredible autobiography called My Next Breath, which is about how when your lungs and ribs are destroyed,
he was
you
stuck
have to
below the snowplow, wasn't he?
He was, but you have to consciously think, I'm going to take a breath. So that's what it's about. Anyway, my sister said, can I have it for my birthday? So I bought it, or I thought I bought it. Oh. And what I had actually bought, I gave it, when it arrived, I said to my wife, if you want to read this, it's really good. And it looks like My Next Breath by Jeremy Renner, doesn't it?
Not really. I think it's just too loose around the edges, if you see what
Well,
I
it's
mean.
got, well, have a look again, because it's, obviously they lifted the title and they've got his photo. There is this weird, we can't find this guy anywhere online, Dick Haberley.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a pun or what.
Dirk Haberle.
Yeah, Dirk made up surname.
Yeah.
The actual book, director Dan can show us, is there. That's the one I meant to buy. I mean, it's so cynical, this. So I spend 10 quid on this. I'm not, in the end I thought I won't send it back, it's too much trouble. But before I realised what I'd done, I'd given it to my wife to read. And she then says, how bad was Jeremy Renner's brain injury? Because this is unreadable. I said, what do you mean he's fully recovered?
Yeah.
She said, no, every chapter starts, and then I went down the gym. There's no quotes, there's no dates, there's no facts in it. It's written by AI in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's put between covers, it's put on Amazon, and I'm the mug who fell for it.
Yeah.
Is that amazing?
I mean, there will be hundreds, potentially thousands of people that spent that 10 quid and also
That's
will
it.
go, oh, it's not worth the bother. So someone's then collected, all of that, and they've just made a bunch of books that are going to go in landfill.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And it shouldn't be legal, and Amazon shouldn't be stocking them, should they?
No, they shouldn't.
And this has only come out, it's total, because the Renner thing I talked about, and I said, this is nuts. And now the Scottish politicians have got involved.
Yeah, and footballers going back 30 and 40 years are suddenly finding autobiographies being published about them in exactly the same way, with the facts all over the place.
Yeah.
And can I say this has also hit the courts as well. We've got barristers who are being, brought up before our conduct board because they have submitted submissions that are references cases that don't exist.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I got a letter 2 days ago from someone, email, saying, could you do an interview for this Woodland magazine? I won't go into more details, but the letter said, we followed your work. I mean, I do subscribe to this magazine, so it's real, and the person was real. But it said, we loved your interview that you gave with Dawn Neeson about your visit to the Harz forest in Germany and what the trees mean to you. I've never even been to a German forest. And I said, I'll happily do the interview. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Yeah. I said, I'll happily do the interview, but where does that information come from? And and this lady replied, oh, I'm sorry, I used AI for that.
Oh, yeah.
So we are impressed by ... red flag immediately.
Yeah.
You should have told them about my sycamore tree theory, and then they'd have thought that was AI.
That we're going to have one day. We'll get you in with it. You heard this thing?
Oh,
the sycamore
pipes up the
gap.
tree. Yeah.
Bandage the tree up and put tubes in it.
Yeah.
And that would sort it, and it would simply grow back. And I think it's not crazy. Paula in the mail. Rumours swirl that Bezos's wife was trying to buy the original Jane Birkin handbag.
Oh, goodness
This has
me.
got the office talking, because I don't know what a Birkin is.
Yeah, so it's a designer bag. This is not a world that I move in, Jeremy, that might surprise you. Yeah, it just makes for uncomfortable reading for me, bearing in mind the cost of living crisis, bearing in mind how many millions were supposedly spent on the Bezos wedding. And actually what this article did for me was reminded me about last year. There was a case in Italy in relation to Dior and them exploiting workers, essentially. I don't want to frighten Channel 5 lawyer.
No, don't
but
worry.
it's there, it's
not
out there,
on
everyone
today.
can see. But the relevancy of this is that in this case, the Italian courts told us that a bag was costing €53 to make, but being sold for €2,700. It's a bag.
But Trump would say that's good business. That's...
Oh, well, clearly it is.
Because
A
I'm
48
smart.
that's markup.
That's how
It clearly
business
is.
works, right?
Clearly it
So
is.
with this, just to say before we go, the Birkin handbag is the first one of a massively sort of famous range. Apparently, you have to get on a waiting list to get it, and they give you, they interview you.
You have to create a relationship with the store,
It sells,
etc.
but I think the fascinating thing here, I'm drifting here, but Bezos' wife pulled out of the bidding. What does that make it? And he said, she must have needed to go to the toilet, because there's certainly not lack of money.
Probably wasn't expensive enough, because she's got a reputation to protect.
What do you think, Jay, about this? 7.4 million for a handbag.
I mean, I do think that's outrageous. I also think, like, our response too, like, we are part of this moment is sort of maybe advertising for Birkin to talk about this high value item, even though we are like having human reactions saying that's clearly way too much, which is like a natural reaction. Like even this discussion, the fact it's placed there makes me think, okay, who put that article there? Because no one will care.
Can I just point out, this is not just a handbag. This is the original Jane Birkin bag. Do you see what I mean?
So you've fallen for it.
Honest to God, it would be like the first pressed copy of Beatles Abbey Road. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, to bag lovers.
It's not just. I mean, women are so vain these days. They will pay £50,000. No, rich women, £50,000 for a bag just because of the name. But this is the original, so original, you can still see the marks of the stickers that Jane Birkin used to put on the bag when she was travelling. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is an artefact, not just a handbag.
OK, the Bezos's wedding cost $40 million. That's how much he paid to wreck Venice for a day. If the average person paid the proportion of their wealth that Bezos spent on their wedding, they would spend how much?
25 quid.
That's it. 25 quid. That's so I don't understand why his wife pulled out of that bit. I still don't understand. Anyway,
it's too cheap.
Too cheap. Jay in The Guardian.
Couldn't get the matching shoes, Jeremy.
Ticketless Oasis fans are told do not watch TikTok videos. And I think so there's the headline in the article. Let's show you some of the advice that's been going round.
This is the easiest route to jib. We've got to climb over this fence here, by the boating lake. Yes. And then you're just in there for Oasis. So go there in the morning. Or you could go through the back way there. It's pretty easy to jib. Right, so you get to here. And the entrance is here. You just got to climb over this fence, lads. It's easy. So is this the easiest way to jib in? No idea. Do you reckon? Or the other way, see how it's all fenced off? You go in the water, you got to swim northeast all the way to there. And then you'll get into the concert. It's a place what's not surrounded by fences if you swim through here. The Eden Park Boating Lake.
I don't know, what do you make of that?
I mean, wow, to watch someone live direct you to do a crime is pretty interesting.
Is it a crime?
I mean, I don't know. Is it? Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd be escorted from the
What's jibbing? I've never heard of jibbing.
The expression jib in is a football expression for jumping over the turnstiles.
Oh, OK.
Right.
So it's the same sort of thing.
It just shows how
Yeah.
massive this gig is, isn't it? These
Yeah.
Oasis gigs.
I mean, I'm sure some people will probably take the dip. The council have warned people that there's plenty of security. There's 2 rows of fences and all that. But yeah, I would say if you're going to jib, then don't live stream it. Sure.
Also, if you got 1,000 people doing that, you could have a crowd safety issue.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. And the fence would collapse and all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
but you've got to
dangerous.
expect that of an Oasis concert in Manchester. You know what I mean? It is mega popular, important. It's a world event.
Because they were priced out of being able to purchase tickets?
Maybe, but that's supply and demand, I'm afraid, in this modern world.
We're back with a handbag. Mike in the Mail, Magnifico. Italians are the best, the lovers, and the Brits definitely aren't.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I agree with this. I'm not sure I agree with this. I mean, I've lived abroad, right? I spent a lot of years in America in the 80s, and let me tell you, I was in demand because no. British
I'm not laughing because I think you're wrong.
Yeah,
I'm laughing because I'm trying to protect myself.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
of course,
Is that a defence reaction?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, remember, there are lots of Italian men in New York. It was based on the Italian community and all that. But I was much more popular than Italian men.
I mean, they do fall for a British accent. It's
Exactly.
Very true. They
But
do.
that doesn't. I mean, more popular at the early stages. We're talking here about lovemaking.
Well, I don't want to go into the intimate details,
don't.
but I wouldn't rule anything out.
What I love about this is when I wondered who was this from? Who said this? It's a poll of 2,000 British people. So when it says, "Are you any good in bed?" you were like, "No, not really."
Yeah, that's the shocker, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. We are scoring ourselves down, guys. So, Jay, thank you so much. I was almost held up my Jeremy Renner fake book here. There we go. There it is. Poison Tides by Jay McGuinness. We'll have more after the break. It's great to see you.
Oh, thanks for having me. Thanks, everyone.
It's a pleasure. Matt will join us in a moment. We'll discuss the school that has only vegetarian food on its menu, and we'll reveal the unusual new tourist attraction bringing visitors to Northampton.